Hello everybody, welcome back to Friendship Shaving. I hope you've had a good week. If you're new here, my name's Mark and I'm really pleased that you could join us. I'm going to be experimenting with some pre-shave this week and I'm going to aim to do this more often as the weeks progress. This week I have got a Wickham's pre-shave face soap. And it's nicely scented, and I'm going to be using that with its matching scent, the Magnum Wickham's shaving soap. And I've got some just in my shaving bowl blooming away down here. I'm going to be using my Rubber Set 200 this week, and I've got some news, chaps. I'm going to be using the Mühle Rocca this week, and I've been sent a brand new head from Germany. I'm very pleased to have received that, and I'm going to be using that with a Rocca Platinum Luxe. Now, the customer service from Mühle has been excellent, and along with the replacement head I have received a nice card with a handwritten message on the back from Andreas Müeller. And Mr. Müeller is the grandson of the founder of the company, and it says, "Dear Mr. Hutchinson, after watching your Rocca review on YouTube and communicating with Paul Chesil." Paul, by the way, was the gentleman that I was in touch with from the UK Innovation Centre for Mühle. "I'm afraid you received a razor that should not have passed our QC checks. I'm very sorry for this and apologise for the problems. Please find enclosed a new razor head. I trust this will perform better. With best regards and wishes, Andreas Müeller." If you're watching this, Herr Müeller, thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate the time you took to contact me and to send me a handwritten note. I think that is excellent customer service, and I really appreciate it. And I think I'll probably put that picture up on the back of the door there behind me so you can see it every week. Now, the new head has got a hollow screw on it, whereas the old one, I'll show you, has the solid screw. Other than that, they look the same. They're both very well finished. In fact, I think the replacement head has a slightly better finish than the original one that came with the razor. So let's put the razor blade in it and we can get going. And there we are, we've got the beautiful handle. I've got my razor back from Kevipar, and I must admit it shaves wonderfully. All those problems and issues I had have gone away with the replacement head. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load my brush, and then I'll apply the pre-shave, and then I will lather up on my face. So let's just squeeze some of that moisture out of the brush and we can get going. This is a very nice scented soap, the Magnum. It is apparently, it has top notes of lemon and basil. Now I can't really pick that up, I must admit, but it does smell very nice indeed. To me it smells sort of a little bit like a cologne. I'm just going to add a drop more water to this. My bit of soap has been sat in my bowl overnight and it's just hardened on the surface a little bit. But there we go, that should do. I've got my brush loaded. Now I'd be very interested in your opinion about pre-shaves. I have a couple to try, and as I get some different ones I'm going to be trying them every few weeks or so. I've not really used a pre-shave before, but a lot of you guys swear by them, so I'm going to give it a go. So I'm just going to apply this to half of my face, and I'm going to be very careful, especially on the first pass. It might get a little bit mixed up on the second and third passes, but I'm going to be careful to apply the soap to this side of my face first and then this side. This is a glycerin soap bar. It is what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think for the moment. Balanced. It's balanced with some coconut oil. I was trying to remember what they said on the Wickham's website. So what they advise is to just rub it between your hands, but I'm not going to do this, but to build up a lather and rub it onto your face and then leave it on there while you apply the shaving soap. Now I've got to admit, applying it like this, it feels beautiful, and I would imagine that if you use a bar like this regularly, even if it is just plain old glycerin soap to wash your face with before you shave, I would imagine that it adds an extra nice bit of routine to your shave. It feels very thick and very slick as I'm putting it on. And I hope that will stay through the shave. I've not used it on my face before today. I have washed my hands with it just to see what it smelled like and what it felt like. But this is the first time I've put it on my face. There we go. Now let's build a lather with this soap. I'm using the tuxedo knot today, which is very soft and lovely. Add a drop of water to that. Actually, I can smell the basil now that I'm putting it on. It's just coming through. I can just smell it and just work out what it is. I do enjoy, finding out about these soaps and finding out what the top notes and the middle notes and the base notes are. I'm trying to see if I can pick out those individual scents or how they mix together. Now I'm going to make do with that. I could probably go better on this side, but I don't want to mix up the brush until after this first pass. I can see that the pre-shave soap would soften your stubble as you're putting it on, and according to the Wickham's website, it provides an abundance of slip when you apply your shaving soap. So we shall see if that's true for a hugely improved shave. So I'm going to be careful to use one side of the razor on this side of my face and the other side of the razor on the other. Honestly, it's difficult to tell if one is better or not. Now, many of you will know from my other videos that I have had great issues with the Mühle Rocca. And I noticed yesterday, so a gentleman got in touch with me, and he noticed that on his Rocca, the blade was smiling when he put it in the head. And I got my old head out yesterday and put a blade in there, and it's true, the blade on mine was curved, so it was lower in the middle than it was at either end. And on the first video I did with the Rocca, I did wonder if there was some movement in the blade, so it could have been that the effect of that slightly curved blade that I was feeling. It caused me to have a rough shave. Whichever blade I tried in it seemed to make little difference, and I tried, as some of you will know, a good number of different razor blades. All to no avail. I also found it to be very aggressive because the blade didn't sit square. Now, all those issues have been addressed with this new head, and it has completely changed my opinion of the razor. This is now giving me a very, very smooth shave. It's very nice indeed. There is some, how can I put it? Because it's stainless steel, it seems to be less slick on the skin than a chromium plated razor. So I noticed that, but it's, that's just part and parcel, I think, of having a stainless steel razor. This is my first one. But certainly there is no roughness. It's a very smooth shave, a very nice shave. My opinion of it now is that in terms of aggressiveness, it sits between the R89 and the R41, but it sits closer to the R41. I am finding it to be a little aggressive, but not uncomfortably so for me, not at all. There we are. I've mixed up the shaving soap on my face. So if there was any pre-shave mixed up with the soap, I've now got it on both sides. Honestly, on that first pass, I couldn't tell the difference. It seemed to me that there wasn't any difference at all. But applying the pre-shave was a nice experience. Now I'm going to go across the grain. This is where this razor has just been catching me a little bit. If I hold it up, you'll see there is quite a large gap there between the guard and the blade, and I think I'm not quite stretching my upper lip enough. And it has just caught me there once or twice this week. I'm using no pressure at all. Well, I'm trying not to use any pressure at all. I just turned the blade around there as I lifted it up from rinsing it, so you maybe didn't see, but I'm still trying to use one side of the blade only on one side of my face. Now against the grain on my neck. You know, I've got warm water in the bowl today, but we are heading towards spring, and when the sun comes out a little bit more and it warms up, I shall go back to using cold water for the spring and summer. I do enjoy having a shave with cold water. I find that if I do nick myself, it doesn't bleed as much. upside down. There we are, second pass, easy as that. Now, as you know, I've started to do 3 passes rather than the usual 2, just to avoid a little bit of confusion. And I have worked out that on my neck, if I do 2 against the grain, I find that quite acceptable and quite comfortable. So that's what I've been trying to do. As you can see, there's plenty on my brush for 3 passes, absolutely loads. Do you know, I have a board up at the window to help with the light for the video, and I have it held up with Velcro, and it fell off yesterday, and all my razors and a couple of the metal razor stands threw themselves off and down about 2 foot into the sink. Now, I've already broken one sink by dropping my shaving knife, and I thought I'd done it again yesterday, but I was really lucky not to. Got away with it, so I have moved just about everything off the windowsill. Do you know, I've got to say the Mühle Rocca now is a very nice shave. I'm enjoying this. I'm going to put a video in the description. I'm going to put a link to one of their web pages, and on that page is a little video about their history and the factory and how they work, and it's really interesting to watch. Well, I found it so anyway. So check it out. I'll put it in the description below this video, but I found it fascinating. I have to tell you, I'm very impressed with the customer service from Mühle. Just be careful there, it's coming this way with my left hand. Seems to be an area I just have to watch out for. And there we are, 3 passes with the Mühle Rocca with the new head. I'm really enjoying this handle. I'm really glad I've got a razor that works well, because I love this handle. It's so comfortable, it's wider than normal, it's really beautiful. I'm very pleased indeed. There we are, no mishaps at all. I'm just going to put on a drop of cold. I must admit, I don't even feel the need for the alum block. Got a little touch of tingling just there where I've got a bit close, but nothing really. Now, I know that I have used Müller razors quite a fair bit recently. So after this week, especially now that my issues have been resolved, I will steer away from Müller for a little while and use something different next week. I've got a different pre-shave to try next week. I can honestly say that as nice as the Wickham's pre-shave face soap is to use, for me it didn't really make any difference to the shave. There certainly was not a hugely improved shave that they talk about on the website, but it was a very nice experience. And tomorrow I'm going to use it properly. I'm going to rub it on all of my face and just add that to my routine, because it was nice. It was very pleasant to do. Now I'm going to be using some, yes, why not? I'm going to use some Proretto Green today. Very nice. I haven't used this for a while. It tends to be my summer fragrance, but oh, I'm going to add a drop more. That's beautiful. And I'll tell you what, there's hardly any stinging. I had a really great shave today, really wonderful shave. So, Mr. Andreas Müeller, Dankeschön. If you're watching this video, sir, I really appreciate your help with resolving my issue. To everyone else watching, please let me know what you think about pre-shaves. Do you have one that you really like? Is it an oil or a soap or a cream? What are your recommendations? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've got to say about pre-shave. It's going to be an interesting journey, I think. All the best to you. I hope you have a good week. Take good care of yourselves and those you love. All the best now. Bye bye.